If they're out, they're not out by much, but they might be out by a little. I'm gonna clear off my little workspace here where I can get down close to the ground where the action is. Now from this angle, right there, that's off by a little. I don't know if you can tell it or not. Let me try. Now, I want you to focus on something on the other side of the room, right over the top of that tire. Now, do you see that movement? It's not a lot, but I can see it. If I look, say, across over there to, I don't know, maybe the vents on the front of that air conditioner, and I spin that, I can see a little movement there. Now, that little movement might be enough to cause a little bit of vibration that I'm feeling. Let me get correct toolage here. But what I'm going to do is just loosen these a little. Right there is the low spot, and it's interesting, they've got a wheel weight right there at the low spot, so that may have been, well, I don't know, when you're balancing these, so we used to balance tires on a spin balancer. You get a bar. Let's see if I can lift that a little. I'm going to set a little something on the floor I can use as a pivot point. If I put the end of a crowbar up under that tire. Now, see what I got here? It allows me to lift. I could also lift it this way. When we used to do truck tires back in the old days, we could lift them kind of like this. I kind of like the bar though, the little pivot point. So I wonder what would happen if I picked up on that and I just locked two lug nuts. I still got a low spot there. Let's try this one more time. Now I believe that's better. Now I'm gonna try to put you back where you are. I don't know if it's a lot better, but I think it's some better. So once again, focus your eyes on something behind that tire. I'm going to spin it. So I think it's less. Now, that's pretty unscientific. But it looks to me like it's better. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let the tire down. I'm going to torque these front wheels because I'm just tightening them with this wrench here, which is, it's okay, but I'm going to tighten them with, I'm going to torque them because if they have the ability to slip, what I mean by that is, you know, if you've just got a hole and the bolt fills the hole up, and there's no ability to slip because it can't go anywhere, then there's no ability to slip. But if you've got an oblong hole and the bolt the hole maybe is wore out a little or something so that there is an ability to slip, then in that case, having it really tight to hold it in place is going to matter. So I'm going to get a torque wrench out and I'm going to look up whatever the torque is for, there's probably a listing for Cragar Mags online that I can find. And but that's probably just a standard, you know, front wheel torque. And I'm going to torque all the lug nuts on this car on both sides. I believe the other side is good. Now we'll walk over there and look at it. Same way we did this one. And this might be a little bit, you know, you're going through an awful lot of trouble for what? Well, to be honest with you, for a smooth ride. So let's spin this one here, right here. Now this one don't spin. It don't spin like the other, and it's probably because a lot of times when you have a disc brake, that one could be off a little too, but it's hard to tell. I need something to sit y'all on. Because it may be that both sides could use a little. Put you out here. And we'll do the same thing we did before. I want you to look over that tire. And you might be able to see it better than me because I'm trying to spin it. So that looks like a low point. Put a little mark right there. Get something to mark with it better than my thumbnail. That ain't very good. I need some wheel chalk. I used to have some over here, may still have it. Yeah, here's some is. I can use this chalk to make a mark. I'm also going to put a mark on top that I may be able to see if that looks like the high spot. That looks like high spot, which would make that the low spot. I'll spin it again. Yeah. So, what I'm going to do over here is the same thing I did over there with my wrench and my crowbar. And I might want to move the car with the front end over that way a little bit. seemed kind of ridiculous, but that's kind of what car stuff is about. It's about experimentation. It's about small changes. When we used to race, we used to circle track race. We had a neighbor, and he was a good mechanic. And he was curious about us racing, and he asked if he could borrow our car and mess around with it. And yeah, I said, yeah, I knew something. He was good. Well, he spent the week weighing the corners, moving weight. He would cut metal out of one part, move it to another. We had another guy that taught us about tire pressures and how important they are on a race car. We'd have different tire pressures on every wheel. And we started winning races. It made a difference. And sometimes, I don't know exactly where I was thinking. I think that's where I thought it was, right there. All I'm going to do is just pick this up and then snug it. And now I'm going to spin it again. I think that's better. I don't know. What I'll do is we'll take it for a ride and see if we can tell the difference. Oh yeah. And then if I'm happy with it, I'll come home and torque down those front wheels. That might make enough of a difference right there. You just never know. Be nice if I could figure out a real good way to hang y'all where you could see better than what I've been doing. I might could invent something if I had the right piece of metal that was shaped the right way, because this thing hasn't. think that's better. Before, I would feel a little like, almost like a vibration that would come and go. It'd be like, brrr, brrr, brrr. I don't feel that now. I think we may have got front wheels where they're okay, good enough anyway. The car's comfortable to drive right now. I can go down the road with one hand on the wheel, and just kind of like I said to Bill the other day, when you get to the point where you can forget you're driving, you know, you're no longer paying attention to the steering wheel, then that's a pretty good sign that you got it about right. That's kind of the way this feels now. It feels like I could just jump in this and drive it up to Mr. Heavy Chevy's house and enjoy the trip, you know. So that's a good thing. That's 70 miles an hour right there according to that speedometer. I think I'm going to take her back home and torque the front lug nuts. And then I might mess around with the boat. It's a good hot day and I could use a little time on the water. Miles an hour. Yeah, I like it. Down to visit one of my neighbors today since I'm out and about. I'll talk to y'all later on. Love y'all, appreciate you. Say hi to your mom and them. Be good to your little brother.